vines wrapped around it like fingers clinging to a memory. Camille reached toward it. Don't. The voice stopped her cold. Behind them, emerging from the tree line like a shadow parting fog, stood Papa. He didn't move like a man. He unfolded, slow and deliberate. His robes trailed behind him like smoke. His mask glinted faintly in the broken light. He raised one hand toward the mask on the ground. That was the last keeper who failed to choose. Camille's blood turned to ice. Papa Thibodeau knelt beside the mask and began to trace a spiral around it with a feather dipped in red clay. The root remembers every promise broken, he said, every gate opened by greed, every name whispered without honor. He looked up at Camille. You want to help your people? Then listen, not with your ears, but your blood. Lila gripped Camille's hand tightly. The drums began again, not far off, coming closer, and this time, Camille heard something underneath the beat, breathing from beneath the earth, setting deep in the grove. Midday, a warning and a revelation. The drums didn't stop, they circled. The sound echoed through the trees, weaving between trunks, rising from the soil like roots rattling under their feet. It was not just rhythm, it was memory, grief, hunger. Papa Thibodeau stood motionless, the spiral he painted around the fallen mast complete. He lifted the feather in both hands and whispered in a language Camille didn't know, but somehow understood. It wasn't words, it was remembrance. Behind her, Lila began to sway slightly. Her eyes were closed, lips murmuring in time with the rhythm. Camille held her by the shoulders. Lila, stay with me. Papa Thibodeau's mask turned toward them. She hears the root clearer than you ever will. Camille swallowed. Is that why she's in danger? Not danger, destiny. He stepped closer. Though his movements were slow, they carried weight. The trees shifted subtly around him, leaning just slightly in his direction. You are the blood of Mama, Elise. You carry her voice. But the girl, he glanced at Lila, who was now whispering in perfect cadence with the drums. She was born under the red moon, in the season of broken seals. Her bones sing with the root's call. Camille glanced down at Lila's arm. Faint, spiraling welts were forming on her skin, like vines or glyphs, rising just beneath the surface. She's a child, Camille said. You can't let that thing inside her. Papa Thibodeau's voice softened. The root does not take. It receives, if offered. Camille stepped between him and the girl. You mean possessed, I mean chosen. Lightning cracked far off. The sky was beginning to change, not darker, but stranger. The clouds shimmered slightly, tinged in green. The air smelled like copper and ozone. Camille fought the rising panic. What happens if no one's chosen? Papa Thibodeau let out a slow breath.